So, would you want me to read something?
Yes, please.
How many are interested in love? Actually,
Oh, who is not interested?
no. I mean, love outside marriage.
Interested in love.
Interested in love outside your barricades. Whether of social alienation, yet it is bold and it conveys, some of the feelings. We women actually, we find it very hard to actually live with ourselves and our true feelings. We cannot break the prisons that we build for ourselves. As Dr. Bedi's always taught me, learn to come out of your own prison first, and then you'll be able to face anything and everything. Right? So she's been my inspiration throughout. So what do you want me to read? Actually, I'm not an orator. I'm just trying to speak. So, and I'm more of a poet than a fiction writer. But well, this is my first attempt, and I hope you all like it. And well, okay. There's a verse that I wrote. As love flows on, it says, "Once in a lifespan you find love, or is it just a hallucination? I hold on to something special, something called you and me. Why, what if there was nothing left to hold on to? Nothing left of the dream? How would one feel? One would feel what? Just absolutely empty, vacant. What would you be doing? Getting up and doing your daily, day-to-day work without feeling anything. So love has to be everywhere in every form. Now we also, now the book also says that Nalini is a good writer and a poet, and so this guy, he supports her to launch a book, and nothing to do with this again, and I'm not sure what. Okay. The compatibility of Nalini. Nalini is the name of the woman who dares to fall in love outside her nuptial. And the compatibility of Nalini and Tejas was like a knot where the earth and the sky supposedly met. I could only think of the song When Two Become One, as it clearly catches the pulse of the bonding between two people in love. Together, Tejas and Nalini meditated in a trance for a few moments. They entered the world of dreams unconsciously awake, and no wish was left ungranted. It was always an opportune time to talk to Nalini about the man she could not do without. She was always like a child when she spoke of a soulmate. Her words and thoughts could make the most uncaring ones want to reach out to her. For me, she had turned into the warmest friend. For some, love does not occur in an instant. Even I thought that love takes some time to grow, especially the kind of deep love that envelops both of them now. Yet, love can also be strange. If the person feels right in every way, love can take on a level of intensity that we never realize we are capable of feeling. I had heard about a special soulmate being there for everyone. This determination begins as you step into the world. Destiny plays a big role into bringing the eternal souls together. Your heart instantly knows that this is the search which made you wander miles at length. The person becomes special and familiar beyond the conscious mind. This process may be slow, yet it dawns like a beautiful awareness, and the elevated feeling concludes the relationship. Love is love, and no binding, no realism, no existence can storm the profoundly untouched feeling. So I left the book on an eternal bliss note for people to turn the ending wherever they really want to. And the end says, emotions may not show, but a love that exists even latently is always deep and eternal. Their hearts could accommodate no other apart from each other, and I know this is how it is going to be for the rest of their lives. The awakening of a soul to another connecting soul may happen at any point of time in life. Due to any vision, anything can trigger it, but it does generate a warmth that affects one's existence and mental health, and every trauma in the past is washed out when it flows in a larger dimension of longings. The union of Nalini and Tejas was one of strength and volatility that challenged every hindrance except mortality, continuing an infinite pursuit to eternity. And the last verse that I've written is, it felt like libido, the aroma of love. The love they lived for the love they cherished. It turned their days into sunshine. It blew them into the joys of sweat. It rained over them endlessly. It ruled their souls with a fragrant rapture. And that's how the book ends. I don't know how it sounds.
Wonderful. But is this possible in the world? Is it possible to get this in the world?
No, that's what I said. Looking at the pace at which the world is going and looking at the commitment of guys and men, as I would say, it is rather difficult. So this was one unique case that, sort of made me think and made me write, because I'm sure there are guys like Tejas in this world. I'm 100% sure.
Well, we put Swaroop in a spot now. I'm sure there are guys like Tejas. Dr. Kiran Bedi, what do you think? I mean, the flavor of her writing and the tone in which she speaks to her readers. What do you think?
I'm still learning. I'm still trying to get the grasp of the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, if she's a poet also in this, because she's got some verses in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a lot of her expression, her own methodology writing, because she's been a writer in the beginning,
Yes.
poet too. I think that kind of a mixture is in this. So it should be very interesting.
All right, and I'm sure there are people in the audience who would like to put forward questions. Now we do have a question right here.
Actually, I have two questions. First one goes to both of you. So since we're talking about love, what is your definition of love?
I think I spelled out love in different ways in my book, and I guess it's a pulse of life, and I can't survive without love. That's my definition.
Kiranji, the same one goes to you. What is your definition of love?
You know, this is somebody who stays in your heart. It's something like a feeling which stays within you, and you want to keep it with you. And it has many forms. A love for mother to a child to a parent, a man and a woman, or between two friends. So I think it is something which nobody can take away from you. It can get hurt, but that's why it gets hurt, because it's so much close to you. Something, otherwise you don't get hurt if you're not attached to something. So I think love is a very strong attachment.